Monday to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m.
Hey, you know what it is. It's your boy El Tito.
This is DJ Smokes.
This your boy Kid X and Tasnes Kontiri.
It's Miss Party.
It's Younger Chief. Please say the Chief.
You locked in right here with the driver's seat.
With the hip-hop mom, the awesome, the amazing, the incredible.
Lebang Kgosana.
On 919 FM.
Don't touch the dial, baby.
You're in the driver's seat with Lebang Kgosana.
Exciting news is that Robin is actually in the studio with us, so we can ask him directly more about the book. My favorite thing is that as a radio host myself, I've always been in love with radio. Radio is my first love. And like I was telling you off air, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. When I turn 80 and I've got like maybe 50 great-grandchildren, I'm still going to be doing radio. And that's how much I believe in it. So to see, Robin, that you've put together this great body of work that is essentially an ode to radio in South Africa and years of memories is such a truly special thing. Robin, welcome to the driver's seat.
Thank you very much, and what a pleasure to be here. Lebang, 80 and doing radio, that's a long time still for you to go.
I know. Can I dream, though? Allow me to dream.
Absolutely. But it's nice to start with dreams.
Exactly. We all have to start somewhere. So, Robin, what initially inspired you to compile this book? How did you, with your background as a media lecturer and a radio historian, how did that influence your approach? Because when I pick up the book and I see that it's literally stories and memories of people who've also played a huge role in bringing radio together in this country, from where it was to what it is today. What was the inspiration, and how did you compile this magical piece of work?
Truth be told, Lebang, it was a natural progression. We talk about being natural on radio and being spontaneous. I love radio from a young age, and got into academia, may I say, by default, being legally trained, and started lecturing, but I also lectured in radio apart from the law subjects. And I love radio. I started meeting with the radio personalities from a very early age. The late John Burks was one of my inspirations.
Wow.
The likes of Kevin Savage and Jeremy Mansfield, Oscar Renzi, who really inspired me and just inspired me to such an extent that I was not just, so to speak, a curious, passionate listener, but I wanted to be involved in radio and curating radio and being a content provider. And when I realized radio was turning 100 on the 18th of December 2023, I said, I have to do something about this.
Of course.
Let's celebrate this milestone, this wonderful opportunity. Radio needs that kind of, if you will, that kind of lift, because radio plays an important part of everybody's life, but we don't quite acknowledge that aspect. And radio will be around for many a decade. And I thought to myself, let's celebrate this. And I said, let's do a book, because it's permanent. It stays on the shelf. It stays in the libraries. And as somebody said to me the other day, you've done a book which will last for another 100 years.
Exactly, 100%. That is so true, Robin. When I see it, what I see is a textbook. I see an easy to read, easy to understand. It's like a merge between a magazine and a very information heavy, fun storytelling. So much love in there. And also just years and years and years of memories that I think should be shared across the world, And as a young student wanting to get into radio, this is the kind of book that one should definitely read, understand, enjoy, so that you know where radio in South Africa comes from so many different angles, so many different perspectives.
You're right. The radio is multifaceted. It's just not what you hear, it's also what you don't hear.
Yes.
And you talked about the rest of the world. I must add that radio has already found its way into the United States.
Of course.
People have already asked for copies, and they've got copies.
Amazing.
It's already in Australia, and it's also in Europe. I was at a conference recently in Dakar, Senegal, and people from Europe were saying, Robin, we'd like to use your model. So I said, but this is about South Africa. And they reminded me, as if I needed reminding, that radio is a universal platform.
Exactly.
It relates to everybody, on both sides of the microphone, whether as a listener or as a presenter like yourself. And people said to me, delegates said to me, no, we want to use your model. And where did you get the idea of giving listeners an opportunity? And I thought, at the end of the day, no listener, no presenter, no radio station.
100%.
So let's get the listener to speak his or her language.
Exactly. Radio is, in essence, it's a service. It's such a personal medium. And I always say to people who ask me why radio, I always say, I want to help people. I want to heal people. I want that security guard who's working the night shift at 5 a.m. to know that he's not alone. He's with me. It's me and him doing life together every day.
You know a stalwart called Treasure Shabalala.
Yes.
And he became famous being on another radio station. And he used to do a show about truckers. And that's how he built his profile. And people still remember Treasure from back in the day.
Exactly.
And the station that he worked for, I met the first station manager last evening, who was at the book launch, Kuasadebe.
Yes. Wow. I love that. That's beautiful. It's years and years can go by, but people remembering how you make them feel, that is something extra special. I love it. So, Robin, can you share any special memories of your interactions, with some radio legends, some musos, even some of the listeners that you featured in the book? I'm sure there's some standout moments that are very special to you.
How many hours do we have, Lebang? Just wonderful memories. It's been such a fantastic journey. It wasn't just about putting the book together. I must admit, and I say this very humbly, I learned so much from all these people in this process of putting this book together. The standout memories, people said to me, like a person like Stan Katz, who pioneered talk radio in South Africa.
Sure, shout out Stan Katz, shout out Rena Broomberg.
Yes. Stan said to me, Robin, do you know you're reinvigorating the radio industry? You're bringing the radio industry together. I was very touched by that comment, and I appreciate that comment. Malcolm Gooding, who also mentioned this to me, and he was at the launch last night as well. He mentioned this to me a couple of months ago. He says, what you're doing is just absolutely fantastic. But I said, and I just want to repeat, and you said it in some shape or form earlier on, that the book is not about me. The book is about the contributors. But more especially, it's about, or rather, it's for every South African. This book needs to be accessible and available because every South African, sometime or the other in their lives, has relied on radio for entertainment, for education, as well as for entertainment.
100%.
The important thing to bear in mind, in a country like ours, it's not only entertainment, education, and information. It's also radio being a catalyst. Inspiring people, being a voice for people who don't necessarily have a voice. And, if you and I don't provide that opportunity, they'll never have a voice for the rest of their lives.
Exactly.
And we'll never know how they feel.
Exactly.
And, the hopes and aspirations will never be realized.
No, we as a radio connoisseurs, for lack of a better term, we play the crucial role of showing the listener and everybody else in this ecosystem how important their stories are. Everybody has a story to tell. It's just about who are the ones that are going to have the courage to get up then and speak and share. Your whole life is a testimony to other people. You may not know it yet. You may not know that what you're experiencing right now is the very thing that's going to save the person next to you. So don't ever downplay the role that you play, even as a listener. That is in essence a form of contribution. Robin, in your view, how has radio maintained its personal and emotional connection with listeners despite the rise of digital media? I mean, the talk of, is radio still relevant? Podcasts are taking over. It's quite clear to me that radio will always be the most listened to medium in South Africa for as long as I am alive. I know that for a fact, but not discounting the rise of digital media. However, do you think radio is still maintaining its position as the most personal and emotional platform for connection?
I have no doubt in my mind. I mean, the power and the beauty of radio, or should I say the perennial power of radio, it's that personal connection.
Yes.
It's me and you and me, having a conversation. And that's what the listener feels all the time. To quote you early on, it's how you make them feel. The important thing to bear in mind, with radio, you may be lonely, but you're not alone.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
You know, and that's absolutely crucial. And that's why you could be on air in a very busy time of the year, festive period, New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, etc. And you think nobody's listening to you, but somebody is listening to you.
Sure.
And you mean something as a presenter to that listener. And if you can make that listener feel comfortable, feel warm, you've done your job.
Oh, I love it. You may be lonely, but you're not alone. That sounds like a title for a follow-up book. Robin, please take notes. This is your second book that you're going to write for us.
In our midst, we have Lady G, so...
We do, and we are so lucky that we do. Oh, Robin, time has left us, unfortunately, and there's so many things I still want to ask you. So where can the audience get the book? How can we access the book? And social media, how can we follow the growth of the book and just get access to all these amazing stories?
Well, people can follow me on social media, as in Robin Sewlal. The book is available from My Radio Memory, one word, My Radio Memory, at Radiocracy, RADIOCRACY.co.za. My Radio Memory at Radiocracy.co.za.
Fantastic. And we do have the option of digital copy versus, the hard copy, etc.
Let's say for now, the digital copy is work in progress.
Okay.
And by the way, you can email that address and that book will be delivered to you at no cost.
Stunning, perfect.
Wherever in the world, in the country you are.
Wherever you are, wherever you're at, it's your duty to gain access to all these amazing stories that are put together, in this book. Dare I say, maybe try read it to your kids even. It can really be used in so many different ways. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to challenge myself to read this book to my kids just so that they can really get a different idea of what radio once was. And you never know where you're going until you know where you come from, right?
Thanks for that, Lebang, because at the end of the day, maybe not via this book directly, but perhaps as a flow through from this book, how do we inspire the youth of today?
Exactly.
To enjoy radio, because radio is available on platforms, on different platforms, digital platforms.
Yes.
They are not competing to traditional radio. They are complementary.
Exact. Oh, that is so beautifully put. Oh, I'm literally taking notes. Can I please invite you to my podcast, Robin? There's just so much that I want to share with you, speak to you about. Can I?
The pleasure is all mine.
I'm so excited. Yay! Robin, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Lady G. Girl, this is...
I've been absorbing. We're sitting here with the master.
Oh, yeah.
And we are enjoying his knowledge that he's sharing with us.
Oh, yeah.
For free.
For free.
So I was actually remembering how when I was in high school, radio was my best friend. My dad bought me a radio set, and that is what kept me company while I was studying. I used to have the radio on in the background, and I never felt alone.
Let's say it like it should be told. Radio kept your sanity.
Yes, absolutely.
But I must also thank you, Lady G. Thank you for a beautiful review. I truly appreciate it. But hopefully the listener will get the benefit of that as well.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
When they do purchase the book,
yes.
We definitely encourage everyone to purchase the book. Parents, purchase the book and share the knowledge with the younger ones. Absolutely, it must be done.
100%. I think that's how we're going to wrap up our show today. What a way to wrap it up. A perfect way to wrap it up. A beautiful highlight. I want to say happy 100. It's going to be 101 years this year, eh?
Yeah.
Happy 101 years to radio. Radio, thank you so much for being who you are. Thank you for saving my life. Thank you for saving the life of so many other South Africans and through different phases in life. When you're a teenager, when you're in your 20s, and then you grow up and you're a young adult, the thing that'll always be there is radio. Don't ever forget that.
Monday to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m.
Hey, you know what it is. It's your boy El Tito.
This is DJ Smokes.
This your boy Kid X in Tasnes Kontiri.
It's Miss Party.
It's Younger Chief. Please say the chief.
You locked in right here with the driver's seat.
With the hip hop mom, the awesome, the amazing, the incredible.
Lebang Kgosana.
On 919 FM.
Don't touch the dial, baby.
You're in the driver's seat with Lebang Kgosana.